Ahava blessings and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to explore a little bit or a lot about what is going to happen on the 21st of December in 2020. Now, I know that there is a lot of information on the Grand Conjunction that you can read about if you really want to go into in depth about all of this information or want to find information different in various types of information. But I just want to talk about the general feeling and what we're going to be experiencing. So on January the 12th, we had this conjunction between Pluto and Saturn, which pretty much marked the year in Capricorn. And all of this that we have experienced with the pandemic has to do with this conjunction. And it's been a very powerful year. We've been experiencing a dismantling of all of the old structures, and there's a lot of upheaval. And as I am recording this video, in the midst of the United States presidential elections, we can feel the upheaval. And this is part of this new Aquarian energy that we are going into. Now, just to push back a little bit, on the 21st of December 2020, we will be going officially into the age of Aquarius, but we start to notice the changes between 70 and 100 years before the actual going into that age. So we probably, of course, we started feeling this before, but we will be going into this new energy on December 21st. So on January the 12th, we have this conjunction, and on November the 12th, we have something very beautiful happening, which is Jupiter and Pluto going into a conjunction in Capricorn. So this is, for me, it's like a culmination of the beginning, January the 12th until November the 12th, because we have an 11th month cycle, and 11 is a master number. It's about birthing something new. It's the birth canal. And it's also about grounding and manifesting something new, again, an earth sign. And this is just a preparation of what will be happening on December 21st. So as of November the 12th, we will be experiencing more light as Jupiter and Pluto come together. All of this density, all of this heaviness, we will start to feel more light. We will start to feel more clarity in everything that is happening right now in the collective. Yeah, this is a very, very big moment. And if you have decided to come to the planet like we all did at this time, it's because you're part of the transition. So when this happens, Jupiter and Pluto are what they're doing, or they're coming closer to Saturn. And about around the 18th of December, they will go into Capricorn, and then they will go on the 21st of December, the Grand Conjunction, which is Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter at 0 degrees Aquarius. Amazing. And so we have had conjunctions for the last 200 years in earth signs. And for the next 200 years, we will have them in air signs. And anytime we deal with air signs, we're dealing with communication, we're dealing with technology, socialization, and innovation as well. A lot of innovation. So I just want to talk about what Saturn is doing right now. So Saturn is a very powerful planet, and he is all about karma. And this is what I want to talk about right now, mainly Saturn, and then I will talk briefly about Jupiter and Pluto, but then I will do other videos about these planets as well. Saturn is a very, very difficult, and he's a difficult planet, but at the same time, a planet of many blessings. So Saturn is all about structures, authority, discipline, rules, and Saturn is the karmic planet. So when we really have to work hard for something, or maybe we've done something and then we can see the karma that we've created behind it, and we need to heal this karma, this is all Saturn. And then when we do the work, when we clean up, Saturn actually gets very happy, and Saturn rewards us. I mean, the planet Saturn is actually Santa Claus. The whole idea of rewarding, and curiously, Christmas on the 24th, we're in the Capricorn energy. So it is about rewarding when we have done the hard work. Saturn is all about contraction. So Saturn wants to create a very contracted energy so that we could just go through it and go through it with a lot of purification. So when Saturn is in Capricorn, as it has been, there's a shadow and there is a light, but with Pluto and Saturn working together, there's a purging of the old systems. So what we're going to find when we have Saturn in Aquarius is that when Saturn is in Capricorn, Saturn says, look, these are the rules and they need to be followed no matter what. But when Saturn goes into Aquarius, Saturn says, wait a minute, let's look at the rules that we have right now. And if they no longer work, let's make some new rules. So this is very, very important. Saturn is going to be looking at the social structures and will start saying, okay, we have been living like this for hundreds of years. Now let's evaluate the situation and let's see if we can create a better way of living. So we're going to be experimenting a lot of this. And if the prophecy goes into the light, as I really believe it will, we will be experiencing a new way of living and a new way of communicating, a new way of making money, of having relationships, of working. Everything will be geared towards community. Now, there's just a few things I want to talk about as well. We are being liberated from the old earth. And I know that this is hard for all of us, and we all want a change for the better. We really do. But sometimes it's so difficult to release the past. And I actually think it's some of it is difficult to accept the new, not just releasing the past. So all of this transition, all this separation that we are living right now is because sometimes we don't want to leave the past. We want to continue living as we did, and because the new is unknown. I even envision a reality with this going into this Aquarius age and within the Grand Conjunction, where in a few years, I hope that we are alive to see this, that we won't even be charged tax, that we will want to donate so that we can all create better systems, a better community, a better country. And that is what we're going towards, because Aquarius is the humanitarian sign. Now, when Jupiter and Pluto meet on November the 12th, Jupiter is going to shine a lot of light and everything that's happening. And remember that Pluto will purge out what is no longer true, what is no longer necessary, the old. And because Pluto is Hades, and remember that Hades is the god of the underworld. And the underworld is where we gain our power, just as Persephone, when she went to the underworld and then she went back to earth to be with her mother, she gained her power. She ate from the pomegranate, and the pomegranate is a symbol of wisdom. So this is what Pluto is doing, taking us to the underworld as we have been experiencing since the onset of 2020. So as of that moment, on November 12th, Jupiter will be shining so much light, and we will start to see the light and we will start to feel the light. So when these three planets come together, we need to understand that right now, on November 12th, we are still in the Scorpio energy, okay? 12 of November, 12 of January. Numerology is very, very important because numerology is a mystery school teaching, and there are different symbols and modes of communication from the cosmic intelligence. So 3 is the Trinity, okay? So it's also about communication. It's about the solar king and the solar energy. So very important number. And then on December 21st, we have the numbers changed, 12 and 21. It's still a 3. Okay, so here we see a pattern of awakening into the Trinity, which is the Mother, the Father, and the Divine Child. The Divine Child representing something new that is being created. So anytime we go into a new sign in this grand conjunction at 0 degrees, it's the purity, the absolute purity of the sign. So Jupiter in Aquarius is going to bring us a lot of fortune, a lot of abundance, new ways, like I said before, of creating resources, of making money, a reality in which everyone has their needs met, which is very, very important. And we can even see, hopefully, like I said, we will be alive in this lifetime to see it, poverty disappearing. And this is very, very special. And just allowing everyone on earth to have this opportunity. And also, Jupiter will bring a lot of innovation on teachings and channelings and receiving inspiration from divine guidance as well. We also will be experiencing Uranus going into the sign that he governs, and affecting us a lot when it comes to the awakening, because Uranus represents the serpent energy, the Kundalini energy. So there will be a lot of awakening in humanity. And also, remember that Uranus governs the nervous system, and we've got the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. And we want to really start to work with the parasympathetic nervous system, which is all about the giving and the receiving, and learning how to be in reciprocity and learning how to be balanced in our body to be able to sustain such wonderful energies that are coming through right now. And understanding as well that Jupiter is law and justice, there will be new laws made, there will be a new structure, there will be a new way of understanding each other. So I always believe that we have lived in this chaos period since the onset of 2020. And this is something, I call it a prophecy because it is written in the stars and in the cosmic intelligence. It's not just a prophecy that was said. I'm sure that astrologers from many years back prophesied this. But in the times of Yeshua and before, when they would talk about a prophecy, the magi and different priests and priestesses would always look at the sky to understand what the prophecy was and what the planets and the stars were saying. So this is a prophecy. We're going into a new world. We're going into a world in which there is no longer an oligarchy. It's all about socialization. It's all about, and I'm not saying that we're all equal and we need to be the same. We will be equal in rights. We will all have our needs met. And then we all are individual souls as well. So we can all expand and elevate ourselves individually, but we are going into a new paradigm, a new earth, a new way of living, of communicating, of creating resources, of working, of having a relationship, of even being in relationship, because the masculine and the feminine will come to meet each other whole, totally whole, as a whole vessel. The woman will be a whole vessel, the man a whole vessel. And when we meet as whole vessels, that means that we don't need each other. We want each other. And that's different, because when we have been appearing as this half vessel or half empty vessel, we look for the polarity to fill a need that is void. But if man and woman finally are independent in their resources, in their emotions, and what their needs are in nurturing and in loving themselves, this is a divine relationship where we're not looking for the other to become whole. So we are going into this new earth, this new paradigm, and this is the Grand Conjunction, December 21st, and we will start feeling the light on November 12th. Amazing light. And by November 27th, even more light. So just keep pushing, and remember that it's very, very important to take care of ourselves, to eat properly, to rest, to exercise, to do our meditations, our yoga, our sacred dance, and that we're just going into something that is written. So we should not be afraid. It's written. It's something special that we're going through, and we have chosen to be here in this transition. So let's just have faith in the process and understand that we are part of the process as well. So thank you for listening to this video, and I tried to make the video as easy to understand as possible. And I will be facilitating a workshop on the 24th of November, which is called the North Node and your destiny in the age of Aquarius. And if you want to find a little bit more about your destiny and your North Node, your mission, your sacred service, your life path in the age of Aquarius, just go into my website. It's anaudero.com, or you can even write me an email if you want to find out more about this workshop. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Ahava.